Being an executive, that's what I do. It's not who I am. If you're new here, I'm Laura, and this is Executive Her. On this channel, I help women navigate their professional paths through modern elegance, grace, and sophisticated style. So ladies, let's talk about that 9 to 5. Well, what used to be a 9 to 5. Our jobs, our careers, it is no longer a 9 to 5. We are in a digital space where we can be reached 24 hours a day. If a meeting pops up, we can just jump on Teams, we can jump on Zoom, and we're in a meeting instantly. We are checking our emails. Work has just become a part of our life that has actually consumed our lives. It's time that we put some balance into our lives, and here are a couple strategies. So, number one, define or prioritize work, family, and or activities. And what that means truly is whatever is going on at the time that should be a priority, make that the priority. If there is an event you want to go to and work is something that you would always do, you'd skip the event. Now make it a priority to spend some time at that event. Whether you have to do more at work before the event, whether you have to do more when you come back, plan it so that you do have an opportunity to go to this event and to enjoy yourself, to completely not think about work while you are there, but to be in that moment and enjoy it. That leads us to our next point, and that is, let's turn off some of the devices sometime. It is okay to check your email. It is okay to actually do a little bit of work when you're not at work. All of that is fine and well, but you do have to have some balance. So instead of having on your digital devices all the time, find time to truly unplug. Do not answer those calls. Do not answer those emails. In some cases, of course, we have to. Some things are a priority. But when everything becomes a priority, nothing is a priority. And when you start to do that all the time, that becomes the expectation. You teach people how to treat you. So don't allow for every email, every discussion, every little thing to become the priority where you are on all the time. Some of these things or tasks you can delegate to someone else. Some of these things can wait until you come back. And when you come back, you're going to be more refreshed. So let's turn off those digital devices and make sure that we are enjoying whatever activity that we're doing. So the next tip is to start to establish some hobbies. Find some things that you absolutely love to do. And when you are doing those things, disconnect. Do not think about work, the job, what's going on with your coworkers, none of that. Focus on that hobby or that activity. That is going to clear your mind. It is going to cause you to relax a little more. So make sure that you establish hobbies that you absolutely enjoy, where you're not thinking about work, but you are consumed by what it is that you are doing. Next, ladies, we want to establish some boundaries. And those boundaries truly are, when you are at work, you are at work. But do not let people infringe on your time when you're at work, because you want to prioritize your work and you want to get things done in a manner where you're not causing yourself overall stress. So make sure that you prioritize your work and set boundaries so people don't establish or people don't make these expectations on your time. Also, when it comes to boundaries, set boundaries in terms of when you're going to allow people to call you. If the workday is ending at 6 o'clock and you know between 6 and 7 you are having dinner with your family or just dinner by yourself, make sure people understand that between that time you're not accepting calls. If your workday ends at 6 o'clock and it ends at 6 o'clock, make sure you let people know. After 6 o'clock, you're just not taking those calls unless it truly is an emergency, something that cannot wait until the next day. So make sure that you are setting boundaries so people know when they can call you, when they can engage with you, and sometimes there are times when you're just not going to be available. Next on the list is to establish some supportive relationships. So when it comes to our relationships, we all need people in our lives that are going to help balance us. And these are people that we spend time with, people that we enjoy being around. Establish those relationships with those people, because again, that is going to help you start to bring some balance into your life. It is one thing to be great at what you do. It is one thing to go to the top levels in your organization if that is what you're seeking to do. But you don't want to look up 10 years from now and realize that all you have is that title, or all the memories or the things that you can think about. Well, it's related to work. You're at the family gathering, or you're at a party with your friends and everyone else is talking about all of these activities and people that they've enjoyed and experiences that they have had, and all you can talk about is what you did at work. You don't want to look up and work has been so consuming that that's all you have in your life. Next, ladies, is make sure that you are enjoying some experiences. It is okay to work, do a great job when you're there. I'm all for that. Life is about more than just work. It is about having experiences in time where you are really enjoying yourself. So you want to take advantage of enjoying experiences. Travel, get out and do different things that you've been thinking about doing and you've always wanted to do, but you never did because of work. A few years back, I had a health scare, and that was when I realized that work is important, and obviously I still have done a great job and I'm still very focused on work, but I also learned to prioritize work. And instead of talking about what I wanted to do, I started to do it because I realized that life is too short to focus all your attention on work. And sometimes you hear people talk about retirement and what they're going to do when they retire, but the truth is you may not even get there. God forbid, and we hope that that doesn't happen to anyone, but that is the reality. You may not get there. So don't wait until retirement to do some of the things that you want to do because you may not get there. And think about it. If you're waiting to have an experience when you retire, which is probably now in your 60s or 70s and in some cases 80s, whatever experience that you wanted to have, it's going to be a different experience because now you're older. So you're not going to be able to do certain things that you would have done if you had taken that trip earlier, or if you had joined that class earlier and learned to ballroom dance earlier. You're going to have a different experience the older that you get. So make sure that instead of waiting and waiting and waiting, you start to have some of these experiences. You start to truly enjoy your life. Next on the list, ladies, is to celebrate the small victories, the small wins. Sometimes we are just so focused on getting that next promotion or getting that next title, and you should be focused on those things. But sometimes the victory truly is in the small wins. What are some of the small things that you have done? Celebrate yourself. Make sure that you are celebrating those small wins so that the big wins don't consume you so much that all you are constantly thinking about is work and those big wins and what those big wins will do for you next. Enjoy the moment. Celebrate the small things because, again, work is a part of who you are. It is not who you are as a person. And in some cases, we define ourselves by the titles that we carry. And the truth is, that should only be one aspect of your life. Because what happens when you no longer have that title? Or if the company decides that they are no longer interested in you? Or what happens if you look up from now and let's say 10 years later, you are thinking about all those things that you wish you could have done, woulda, coulda, shoulda, and you just didn't. You did not because you were so consumed by work. And I get it, we all do, especially if you are a career person or you just absolutely enjoy what you do. Your focus is there and you want to try to be the best person you can at your career, so you're trying to get to that next level. And you think that in order to do that, you have to grind it out. You really do have to work. And in most cases you do, but there is a balance. And because your life is bigger than just one aspect, then it's time to really put some focus on balance, work-life balance. If 2020 didn't teach us anything else, it taught us that the most important thing isn't our jobs, it isn't our careers. It truly did teach us that life can sometimes be very fleeting. And because of that, we really do need to enjoy our lives, make our lives as rich and as whole as we possibly can. Now, it's easy for me to say because I am an executive, and I know some people are trying to get to that level, and I'm not discouraging anyone. I think if that's a career goal for you, you want to become an executive or get into the highest rank in your organization, or if you have a business and you are trying to grow that business, I say go for it. Go for it. Give it everything that you have. Accomplish those goals that you have set yourself, but also to understand that there is a balance, because it's okay to focus on that next performance evaluation where you want to make sure that you are getting the top evaluation as possible. It is okay when the boss is coming to you and they think that you are the best at what you do and they're seeking your advice, and when employees are coming to you and you are just the leader in your organization. What happens when that all goes away? So here are some points or some things that we can now focus on in order for us to start redefining what it truly means to be excellent at what we do, what it really means in terms of a 9 to 5. It is about focusing on the whole person, not just part of the person. And because we do work so hard in this culture of go, 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 we tend to forget that. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If so, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with someone else who perhaps could use a little work-life balance. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll see you next time.